Hello and welcome back to the podcast I'm calling PWiSM. It's the present week in social media, or the past week. Maybe it doesn't matter. This is the episode I'm calling 0.6. It's a set of pilot episodes that I've set up. I don't know entirely how I want this to go, and so just a little bit of experimentation. You'll notice that the music is back this week if you've listened to previous episodes. I'm using pretzel.rocks with their YouTube safe mode. Hopefully that will avoid any pesky copyright restrictions or attempted copyright restrictions, but we'll find out. At the end of last week, I started to feel like the Twitter thing needed a little more. There's a little more work that I have to put in on it. And so I'm going to try to spend some time over the next week or two reworking that angle a little bit. I don't know. We'll see if it's something that I can pull off in a reasonable amount of time. The short part of that is there may not be a podcast for a couple of weeks. I figure this is mostly okay because we're still in the experimental phase, and it's important for me to feel good about the content that I'm putting out there. So there's that. But the second part of that is this week's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to use Twitter. The podcast is not called Matt Reads Tweets from the last week. It says social media. And so so we're going to use a different social media medium this week. Still anonymous, still content that I feel is safe for a sort of family environment. It's the internet, so I'm not going to necessarily encourage children to watch this and be interested in this, but I'm fairly certain that we won't see really questionable things. So, let me take a couple minutes to talk about what the podcast is. I realized that I had sort of dropped that very early, but this is an idea that was presented to me by a coworker. I used to read random tweets throughout the day, and we'd have a late Friday meeting, and we'd be pretty, dead by the end of it, and so we would sit there and I'd scroll through some tweets from usually the last couple of days and whatnot, and he said you should, I would just listen to this, that would totally be okay. And so this is sort of spin out from there. I've thought about what I want to accomplish with this. And maybe it's just a chill place for people to chill and, that's it. But maybe there's a social aspect to this that I'm underselling. I don't want to get into shouting matches on the internet with people. I want just things that have come across as popular. And some of that might be controversial, and some of it, might not be a thing that you necessarily agree with, and it might not be a thing that I necessarily agree with, but it's a thing that's popular. And there's a good conversation around some of these things, and I want to try to focus on that. So that's sort of what this is all about. But I've only allotted 5 minutes for my intro, and I'm just starting to hit that. So let's jump in to the episode. I have my timer set to 30 minutes. We'll probably have a few minutes after that to wrap up, and we'll see what this episode looks like. So join me, if you will. I also want to say thank you to the folks who watched last week and reached out about some of the problems that I was having. I believe I've fixed them. I'm going to try to keep an eye on it, but I don't want to constantly be glancing away from, what's really going on. So we'll see. But timer's ready. Let's get to it. We're using Reddit this week, which is a platform that I use frequently, and I get news content, and I get political content and things like that. I've already remembered why I was really sort of on the fence about this. There are certain subreddit usernames and subreddit names that will be, we'll say, of adult nature. But anyway, here's what happened over the last week. So this is an anonymous browsing session. This is everything from the last week sorted by top. So the things that people voted up to the top, and you'll be able to see the number of upvotes here. I've clipped the ads on the side. I don't want this podcast to be something about ads, and so sorry, people at Reddit. If you want me to change that, we can talk, I guess. If somebody at Reddit actually sees this podcast, I think I would pass out for a hot second. But anyway, you'll notice at the top here, this is what happens when one company owns dozens of local news stations. And then down here, number 4, we have Sinclair's script for the local news stations that they own. We're sort of jumping right into the deep end here, but in the United States, there's one media company that owns a series of local news stations. And over this past week, I'm not going to watch these YouTube videos. You can go find them pretty easily on your own. I'm fairly certain they're quite lengthy. I don't want to take up a bunch of time just watching YouTube videos, but we could totally do that too. But over the last week, it's come to light that the parent company, the Sinclair organization, basically told all of their local stations that this statement must be read in this format on the nightly news, and laid out the whole thing. And somebody did a super clip. I don't know how they got all of these local stations broadcasts, but they got all of them and just clipped right along. Everyone was saying the same exact thing. It was always the two co-anchors. Generally speaking, one male, one female. The female would say the one particular part, the male would say the other one, and then, some of it was really chilling, especially at the end where they break out and you see something like 20 or so of these organizations all saying the same words at the same time. It was like just mind-boggling. It wasn't so much that it was shocking, because that actually doesn't surprise me in the culture that we have in the United States. Like, it doesn't really surprise me that one organization owns a ton of these local news stations, but just the scale that they went to try to present their one-sided message was absolutely mind-boggling. Anyway, let's get to some positive stuff. This is the cool thing about Reddit. We have some really positive posts here. So this was on the subreddit for Aw, which is usually a lot of like pet photos and cute things. So this is Ben. Let's see. There we go. This is Ben. He has a beard, and he is human-sized. And we get a lot of looks. We get a lot of fun looks in traffic. This is awesome. It looks like it could be Chewbacca. I cheated on this post. I read this a little bit just to see what I was getting into. I read a couple of posts. So the cool thing about Reddit is we have a bunch of these comments that we can sort of read. I'm gonna try to do my best not to go too far, because this is really where it gets questionable, but I sort of trust Awe. Anyway, the top most voted comment says he needs his own pair of shades. Somebody said strongly seconded, followed up with a picture with matching sunglasses, please. This was not the person who originally posted this picture, but somebody photoshopped the sunglasses onto Ben. Oh man. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. I freaking love dogs. Oh no, it's getting cut off on the stream. I apologize. I did not think about that. I need to left justify or center things more. I'll think about that. This is another thing that's not going to come through super duper well, but let me see what I can do. So this is a woman. It's important to pay attention to her tattoos, but she's giving water to this somewhat clearly malnourished child, I assume in Africa, but I haven't read the whole story. And if we scroll over, a little bit more, you can see same tattoos, same lady. She's older. I assume what this story is trying to get at is that this is the same boy, but clearly there's a significant difference here. Like, so when I saw this, I stopped for a hot second. So I was like, wow, this is, you know, this is a sign of people doing awesome things in the world, and I can't knock people for that. Let's see, I think that'll get us where we want to be roughly. Let's try. There we go. All right, I'm gonna try to be careful with pictures, I guess. Perhaps that. Oh, that will work. Oh, that's even better. I don't have to worry about clicking off of this page. Perfect. He waited his entire life for this moment. Submitted to R Funny. Okay, I'm sure this is gonna be good. Oh, yes. I'm so glad that this is on Reddit. I saw this on Twitter, and I was really sad that I wasn't gonna do a Twitter week, because this is hilarious. So it's this Usher guy who just starts to totally get into it. And he's like, oh, I'm good. And they come away, and then they come back, and oh. It's the full standing backflip that gets me. And this kid down below is like, oh my goodness. He gets the high five. Oh man, they cut away, and all of a sudden they're back. And I really have to wonder if he knew someone who was running the camera, if they knew that he was going to do this, or what. Like, I don't know if that's his boss behind him there, but like, she's into it, so it's okay. That was awesome. Oh. Let's keep going. We have another submitted to Funny. GE washer, 1.5 years old. Control panel out, water valve out. Cost repair $450. GE customer service response: you should have bought an extended warranty. Our products don't last that long. Free advertising for GE applications. Wow. People say that things don't last as long as they used to, but 1.5 years? GE, you gotta own up to that. Building a brand new plant in my home city of Boston, and you're gonna pull that stuff? Gee, please. Let's see. Thank you, Reddit, for making my dreams of becoming a full-time artist a reality. I couldn't have done it without you. Whoa. There's gotta be a story with this. Dude paints above white carpet. That's gangster. There's no comment up at the top. Sometimes people post pictures and then we'll put a comment, and it usually gets voted up because it's like the first comment from the person who posted the picture and blah blah blah. Not there. Oh well. That's really interesting. And also the fact that he's painting over a white carpet is pretty hardcore. Although maybe he's just presenting over it and he actually painted like off to the side or something. Who could say? Guy buys quail eggs from a supermarket and manages to get one to hatch. What? And 1 out of 12. February 3rd. Oh my goodness. I'm fairly certain that shouldn't be a thing. Yeah, okay. Well, Using a prank idea from Ask Reddit, I've put vanilla pudding in a mayonnaise jar. My kids were horrified as I ate it while watching them open their Easter presents. Oh, that's just I thought it would be an animated thing. That's hilarious. Yes, I totally want to do that. Like, I probably shouldn't have children, but if I do have children, I'm absolutely doing that. Baby Rhino guards mom during toe treatment. I think I'll just keep going. My grandfather got this tie for free in the 90s and wears it to every Passover Seder. Viagra tie. Okay. Oh, way to go, man. 9 surgeries later, Parkland's shooting survivor and hero Anthony Borges is finally home from the hospital. I assume it's Borges. I know somebody who has that last name, so I'm going to pronounce it that way. But perhaps I am wrong. Way to go, man. 9 surgeries. Jeez. I was delivering pizzas in the rain at 2 a.m. and thought this alleyway looked cool. This is the kind of random stuff that you find on Reddit. You know what? For 2 a.m., that does look kind of cool. Seems like some stuff could go down there. You know, you could stride through at a really cool pace. I'm alright with it. Life pro tip: if you like one song by an artist but don't dig the rest of their stuff, find out who the producer is and see what other work they've done. Oh, the producer can play a big role in how the final song turns out. That's a really interesting thought, and I hadn't thought about that. This guy is living in 2050. I don't know if he's living in 2050, but he's certainly living life on the edge. That's really dangerous. The more you know where Fortnite dance comes from. Oh. You know, that did look familiar. I have not watched Scrubs in a long time, but that was a great show. Had some really good moments. Just an old man pushing his dog on a swing. Yes, it is. That guy is loving life. So is the dog, for that matter. I found something incredible in my grandfather's garage. Oh, what? I need this. Not like the computer and stuff on it. However, that seems pretty cool too. I absolutely want my computer to descend from the ceiling. Oh man. Can you imagine? That actually plays really well into my idea of creating a sort of media household. Because, like, I really like music. I like just having music on. I want my eventual house to have speakers basically everywhere, but controlled from a central unit. And that would be so cool to have a desktop, like, I kind of figure all my equipment's probably going to go in the basement. Just, I don't know. I feel like that would be better than putting it up in, like, the attic. I doubt my fiance, but at that point, when we have a house, probably wife, would want me to have a bunch of computer equipment on the main floor of the house. Anyway, if I'm in the basement, I could mount the desktop up high and then have the monitors and keyboard and mouse descend down. That would be so cool. That'd be so cool. But anyway, and then the computer would be up there and it could feed into the sound system through the rest of the house. Oh, that'd be awesome. I'm gonna close that. I could just watch that for like, well, what? How? We have 15 minutes left? Oh my goodness, we didn't get past the first page. Reddit. Oh. Sweet standoff, bro. Why don't you keep walking? If I don't move, they won't see me. Yo, you gotta go, dog. Oh, what? We didn't even get to see the resolution. Did the dog make it by? Oh, we have to absolutely look at the comments on this. When you stroll in late to work and see the boss's boss in the hallway. This is the cool thing about Reddit is you always get these random stories, which I'm not going to read now because I've blown through half my time, but oh well. An excellent reunion. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Oh, that was an April Fool's joke? We're still totally within the realm of April Fools. Dang. This is really cool. This is something I saw on Twitter as well. Zach Braff tweeted out this photo. I'll probably put it in other places too, but he says, wait, let's see if the tweet text is in here. I don't want to misrepresent. No. Oh well. But basically this is Zach Braff on the left and Dak Shepard on the right, pretty sure. And this is actually them, also pretty sure. And this is a face swap. I can't quite get both into frame. I apologize. The picture is also super wide, I'm seeing now. So let's see if I can. That helps a little bit. But yeah, that's like you can tell the nose and the mustache give it away. Just the difference between the two. But you really have to think about it, which is interesting. Oh, here we go. Today I learned, this is cool. Today I learned is a nice little subreddit where you get things that people learned, generally from the internet. Oh, we scrolled past that ad and suddenly things are going across the full screen. Oh, dang. All right, well, we'll bring it in. Good enough for me. That song was not very chill. I'm sorry, I needed to change that. Today I learned, in 2010, Microsoft banned a user from Xbox Live for putting Fort Gay as his address. When he tried to tell them that Fort Gay actually exists in West Virginia, it took an appeal from the town's mayor for it to be corrected. Yeah, that's pretty much the content that you're going to find on Today I Learned. See, and now I have... Oh, man. I'm going to have to create my own, like, Reddit viewer for doing this. Oh, another post from Aw. Aww. I think I've mentioned this before, but I have a black lab mix, and she is just blasted cute. Oh, that's super cool. This is posted on mildly interesting, but I think it's just a half step above mildly interesting. The restaurant near my house uses concrete sewer pipes for outdoor seating. That's really, really neat. And like, it's tough to tell how deep this is, but I want to say you probably have enough room for like 3 people in one of these. It looks like. So that's really cool, and you get air completely through it, so it would be really nice on like a summer night, you know. Dang, I wonder where that is. Let's see if we can find out. Name and city, please. Oh, it's in India. Nice. Eltz Castle in Germany. Whoa. So, I've been to Europe once. I went to the UK. I was in Cardiff, London, and Edinburgh. And, like, London and Cardiff were cool. I had a lot of fun exploring those places, especially Cardiff for all the Doctor Who stuff. But Scotland has crap like this everywhere. This is, like, on a whole new scale, because you get a bunch of this design and color that I don't recall seeing in Edinburgh very much, but like I took the train from London, and you're traveling through all this countryside and all this countryside and all this countryside. You come through this little tunnel and you're in the middle of Edinburgh, and you just look up and you suddenly see this huge castle, beautiful stonework. It was really, really breathtaking. I would love to just like take months and go see all of Europe, because stuff like this is just everywhere. And I don't know if this is open to the public, but like, whatever, just standing where that person is and looking at this would be phenomenal. This is Robert. This is probably another dog. He does this every time he realizes his walk is over. Oh, buddy. My dog likes going for walks, but like, she doesn't put up a stink. When it's time to be home, she's very happy to be home. Oh, man. Oh, risky click of the night. Oh, hey, John Mayer from White People Twitter. My girlfriend told me she would... Nope. I take it back. Definitely a risky click. Drove right past the park and he instantly knew he was going to the vet. I'm gonna try to bring this in now because we're down past the ad again. There we go. So this poor dog realized he's going to the vet. Oh, bud. That's also not a chill tune. I'm trying to go for chill music here. Poor buddy. I'm sure you got a treat for it though. Miami River. Oh. So let's talk about Miami for a hot second. It seems really cool, but it also seems really cool in the sense that like LA seems really cool, but LA actually is like really, really crazy, and you have to be sort of aware of where you are and where you want to go, and because like sometimes it just gets creepy randomly. Like sort of all big cities have this problem, but like I don't know, for some reason LA like kind of really got under my skin when I visited there. I've seen really cool shots of Miami from the show, not Royal Pains, but Burn Notice, which actually I think I mentioned now twice on this show. And so like I feel like I should go there and check it out and just see what's going on. Stuff like this, absolutely. I'm like, this would be so cool to be in a canoe in the middle of all this stuff in Miami. But maybe it's just because it's a canoe and out being on the water or whatever. I don't know. I should put that on the list of places to visit. Bad Bunny. Oh. I'm glad I didn't turn on volume for these videos. These kids are freaking out. They want nothing to do with the Easter Bunny. Oh man. In Assassin's Creed Origins, if you spend too much time in the desert, you start hallucinating. I played a little bit of this game, and I guess I didn't spend a lot of time out in the desert. That's really crazy. Also, this man's horse is on fire. I don't know if that's part of the hallucination or not. You can also ride camels in the game. I feel like camels are way cooler than horses, even if they're like maybe a little bit slower. Another cool pic of a cool tiger. That tiger is absolutely cool. I might even say cold. But maybe that's okay. I guess tigers probably have the fur for that. I feel like lions coming from the savannah probably wouldn't be cool with snow. But I don't know that for sure. Aw, hello kitty. Also, person, you have 2 Wiis and multiple physical copies of Xbox One games. I feel like the Xbox might be a bad call, friend. I'm a huge fan of digital downloads these days. Everybody counters that by saying, but you can't resell the game. Well, I don't just buy games all the time anymore. I buy stuff that I know that I'm going to enjoy, and I don't really sit down and blast through a game anymore. I spend a lot of time playing them, so yeah. That's all I have to say about that. This is a really cool thing. I saw this earlier today. Yeah, it must have been earlier today. Today I learned that Medal of Honor recipients are entitled to much more than the medal, including a $1,300 monthly bonus, 10% retirement raise, and may wear the uniform even after they are out of the service. I personally don't know anyone who has a Medal of Honor, fairly certain. But I have to say, mad props to those people, because that's, I mean, it's the reason it's like the highest military honor in the United States. You have done something really serious, and you deserve it. Progress. My husband and daughter, they have no idea of taking photos of them holding hands since 2014. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. That's over like 4 years. Nice. I love it. Cool guys don't look at explosions. I said this to someone at work the other day, and I don't think they knew what it was from. I don't know if that's supposed to be the way that goes, or if that's a glitch. I kind of want to click on the comments and find out. Oh goodness. Yeah, I think that was a glitch, but I'm not going to spend too much time there because that sidebar was really getting all up in our jam. This sign at my gym. Please stop moving the benches in front of the mirror. We all know how big you are. If you need us to tell you, we will. You do not have to see it in the mirror. If you absolutely have to look at yourself while you bench 30 pounds, put the blanking benches back after. Wow. Awesome. We're going to blow this back out a little bit. I promise I'll work on this for the next time I use Reddit. Mildly interesting. So there's mildly interesting subreddit, and then there's the oddly satisfying subreddit. I feel like they go very well together. But drawers that work in corners. That's really cool. My uncle, I don't think he made his cabinets. Maybe he did. But he has is it a Lazy Susan? It's not a dumbwaiter. It could be a Lazy Susan, but it's like this 2 or 3 tiered thing that's in the corner cabinet like that. And the doors are roughly the size of those drawers, the width of those drawers, but they swing with the thing. And so it's really cool because you just, start to swing it, and then there's stuff, and you go to get whatever you want, and when you're done, you swing it back, and the drawers are there, and it just looks like a corner cabinet. But I really like this. I feel like I'm not going to try to do mental geometry, but I feel like those would be a little bit longer than normal drawers. But I don't know, maybe you lose it by having this cut out in the front. Anyway, my timer just went off, so our half hour is already up. Dang. Oh. We'll give a moment for Professor Stephen Hawking. Poor man. Yeah, I think that's probably enough. We'll hang out with the drawers that work in corners. This is definitely fast-paced. This is a fast-paced episode. I'm recording this on Thursday night, so I don't want to go super over or anything like that. But it was worth a try. I wanted to make sure that I gave Reddit a chance, and got some feedback on this as well. Because what I've discovered now is that I have some work to do, and so if roughly I want to take the Twitter feed and basically apply this top filter and say everything that has, sort by most retweets, most likes, and then show me everything else. And so it shouldn't be super difficult to do. It might have to be a batch thing where I hit the go live button, we'll do our little intro, and it'll process a bunch of stuff and spit out what we need to see. Then I have to make it cute, which shouldn't be too bad, actually. Twitter has really strict guidelines about how you're supposed to present their tweets, so there might be a way where I can make it work. But it might take me a week, it might take me 3 weeks, I don't know. But I'm interested to try that out. And I wanted to, this is sort of a field test because Reddit does it for me, and Reddit was a thing that I wanted to start getting into anyway. So I will say thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this, you can go ahead and hit that like button down on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Even if you didn't like it, you can leave a comment. Very much a work in progress. I'm very flexible with this stuff. I want to make something that's interesting to people, and so, throw stuff at me, basically. Oh, right. And if you really enjoyed it and you think that people who would enjoy this, go ahead and share the link with them. I would really appreciate it. It would really help me out. I think if I get 100 subscribers on YouTube, I can get a custom channel name, which will make it a little bit easier to start publishing some of this stuff. So that's the thing I'm sort of working towards right now. Yeah, all my social information was on the screen earlier. So if you want to tweet at me, if you want to hang out in my Discord and tell me, what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right, you're more than welcome to do that. But yeah, I think, wow, I feel like I've just run through the finish line. I'm, sprinting off into the distance here, but I don't know. I guess that's okay. It just doesn't mean that, things were dragging, so that's okay. But anyway, yeah, I'll be back. I don't know. I feel like I should have something to ease into here, and I don't know, it's just not working out. So I'll be back in a couple weeks, and maybe we'll do another Reddit one. If the Twitter stuff's ready, obviously we'll do that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out for this pilot episode. I really appreciate it. And as I say to my live stream folks, when I live stream, stay well, be kind to each other, and don't forget to come back for more. We'll see you next time. This has been Matt on the podcast I call PWiSM. Thank you for enjoying the past week in social media.